Hello, everyone, and a very good afternoon to each one of you. Uh, we'll also just quickly get into what we'll be covering today. A lot of very interesting topics to be covered today, primarily on the quality score, bidding options, campaign settings, and other things. Okay, so very exhaustive session today. I would request each one of you to pay attention because we'll be having the fifth session next Sunday, post which we'll be having a classroom exam for the fundamentals exam. Your contact at Manipal will provide you more details on that. In the next two sessions, I would require all of you to pay absolute attention and ask as many questions as you guys can. Right. Just quickly starting. Here's the recap of what we did in the last session. Right. We understood the keywords, the significance of keywords, and the planning of keywords. We basically understood how keywords are important in an account, how they form the basis of any AdWords account, and the significance of how the different match types come into play, and how one can plan and execute their keyword strategy effectively to see the results via their campaigns, right? And the different match types that we saw. Okay, we also went into the using the keyword planner and the other tools. Keyword planner tool primarily to understand what different types of keywords are there, what are the competition that they are facing at any given point of time, what are the different trends, what are the average monthly searches for those keywords. Okay, I think Nikhilesh saying, can everyone hear me? Can everyone hear me? Just drop me a quick note. Okay, I think most can hear me, Nikhilesh. I think you would probably need earphones. Okay, so please, anyone who's using your speakers, please use your headphones instead. Okay, I think that would be better, would be more clear. Okay, Nikhilesh, I think the problem is at your end. Most folks can hear me loud and clear as of now. Okay, so okay, guys, we'll just wait for a couple of minutes for Nikhilesh to connect his earphones. I think most of you can hear me loud and clear. If that's correct, we'll just wait for a couple of minutes for Nikhilesh to just connect his headphones. Okay. Nikhil is just assuming that you were able to connect your earphones. Okay. So we were just doing a quick recap of what we did and what we studied the last time. Uh, we went into the keyword significance and planning. We learned how to use the keyword planning tool and the different insights and historical data that it provides so that we can plan our keywords more better. Okay, just to give you a small brief about keyword planning, it will give you metrics around the competitiveness of the keyword, the average monthly searches, the budget forecast, the estimated amount of clicks that you can get, the bid, the minimum bid that you need for that keyword, and we also spoke about the other tools like Google Trends, Google Correlate, the Moz tool, the Bing keyword tool, and so on and so forth. Right? We also spoke about the different keyword match types and how they are used. Okay, different match types being the broad match, a little enhanced version of the broad match being the broad match modifier. We spoke about how negative keywords should be used so as to curtail irrelevant and unwanted traffic. We also went on to learn about phrase match types and exact match types, right? Uh, we Within keyword match types and the uses, we also understood how we can better performance on each keywords. Okay, how one can use different variations of a keyword, how one can use the search query report to understand how people are searching for their products and services, and what match types are triggering because of these search terms, and using these search terms and adding them back into the account. Also understood how campaigns are structured and the organization of campaigns. We tightly themed for effectiveness of a campaign, for better migration of accounts, and for better better work that one carries out in an AdWords account, how the campaign structure is okay. So the keyword assignment was given to you guys, wherein you was to decide on a few keywords of your choice, use the planning tool, and theme them into different ad groups. I'm hoping each one of you has been able to perform the same. Okay, we will just quickly do an introduction of what we will be covering today, right? And here's what we'll be covering uh, today. So today's objectives would be understanding quality, rank, and relevance of ads and how it affects your performance. Okay, so I think from the very first session I've been stressing on the quality, the ad rank, and how relevance plays a very important factor rather on how your AdWords account and how your campaigns overall perform. Right. So quality score is just but the judgment of how your keyword is in accordance with your ads and your landing page. Okay, so quality score is one metric that has been assigned to each and every keyword individually at the keyword level. Okay, ranging from a score of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest. Right. So more often than not, if your quality score is high, and then the algorithm decides to effectively reduce your cost per click. Okay, so if you want to see a reduction in your cost per click that you're paying on each keyword for the click, right? So if you want to optimize on reduction of how much you're paying Google for each click on a particular keyword, okay, you ideally need to concentrate on the quality of the particular keyword and how relevant it is to what people are searching for. Right. We are going to set up how we're going to understand how we can set up bids and budgets across different campaigns, how bids can be played around with. Okay, bidding is usually done at the keyword level more often than not, but it's also done at the ad group level. For a group of keywords, you bid at the ad group level also. But moving on, when you want to purely concentrate on optimization, okay, and you want to go as granular as possible, you tend to uh, optimize the bids on each and every relevant keyword that is there in your account, right? Okay, so if you want to put down the performance of certain keywords, you would want to decrease their bid so as to not show them in the search results. And certain keywords would be of absolute relevance and of absolute importance to your account. You would always want to bid higher. So bidding at individual keyword level and also the campaign budgets. Okay. We will see what different targeting settings are there in and on the campaign level, be it the delivery of the ad, be it the location, be it the interest, be it the categories, and so on and so forth. Okay, so we'll be deep diving into the different targeting settings of a particular campaign and how one can leverage them as to what the end goal is required to be, right? Also, again, I think we had taken a small overview on ad extensions, in the second session where we spoke about site links, location extensions, call extensions. We spoke about, the feedback extensions and things like that. We will see how effectively we can use them today to enhance, the campaign performance and enhance clicks on a particular ad type, right? So this will be the objectives for today. Okay, if from the previous session, if anyone has any questions, now would be an excellent time to ask me. Okay, so from the previous session, we covered everything and anything around keywords, right? About keyword planning, about the different match types, about different optimization techniques for keywords. We also went through a small case study of keywords. Okay, so if anyone has any questions from the last session, okay, please feel free to ask me right now, because once we deep dive into this session, we'll be mostly concentrated here, right? So now is a good time to ask me. Okay. And someone is asking me, can we use YouTube channel URL in the website section for AdWords? I think no. Okay, because YouTube searches are different from how AdWords works. Although you can run YouTube campaigns from within AdWords declares, but I think your ad stands a chance of getting disapproved if you're using your YouTube link, because I think if you want to, because if you want to advertise a YouTube video, right? If you want to advertise a YouTube video, uh, you would rather want to advertise it on YouTube itself, okay? And why would you advertise a YouTube video on Google? Okay, because if someone is going to YouTube and searching for something, which is more often than not what people do, right? So I think within YouTube also you can have keywords, and YouTube, there is a search based for YouTube campaigns, TrueView campaigns as they are called. Okay, you can include keywords related to your videos, and your YouTube video can appear as an ad in the search results of YouTube itself, right? Yes, you can advertise YouTube channels using AdWords, because YouTube formats are called TrueView formats. It is within AdWords. Okay, you can run a YouTube campaign itself from within AdWords. That's what I meant when I said that we can advertise YouTube channels using AdWords, because if you have any videos, or if you have there's something that you want to advertise, those are called true view formats. YouTube formats are called true view formats, and true view is as an ad format, video ad format. You can run it from within AdWords, right? From within AdWords. Right. Okay. Someone has asked me another question. What is CTR? Okay. So Ravi has asked me what is CTR. So Ravi, CTR stands for click-through rate. Okay. It's ideally if you got 100 impressions, if your ad has got 100 impressions, right? And if you have about 2 clicks on the ad, right? If you have 2 clicks on the ad, your click-through rate is 2%. So it's ideally the division of clicks by impression. That is what CTR is. Okay. Is CTR and CPC related to each other? No. CPC is related to your cost and your click. Okay. CTR is related to your clicks and your impressions. What does CPC stand for? CPC stands for cost per click. So if you have incurred a cost of 1,000 rupees on your campaign, okay, and if you have incurred a cost of about 1,000 rupees, and if you have got about, let's say, 3 clicks on your campaign, okay, so each click has cost you about 333 rupees. Okay, so your cost divided by your clicks is what gives you the CPC amount. Okay, like CTR increases, CPC decreases, or vice versa. When CTR increases, CPC decreases. Yes, absolutely correct, because an increase in CTR ideally translates into your keyword having an excellent quality score. Okay, so when the quality score, like I've been saying since the very beginning, if your quality score is high, okay, which means everything is of absolute relevance, okay, to what a person is searching for, to what the keyword match type is, to what ad you've shown to the end customer after he having clicked, to what you're showing to him on your landing page and things like that, right? So if your CTR is excellent, okay, then it also means a reduction in CPC, because when Google always, although it's a bidding mechanism that people, it's an auction mechanism, but quality score usually and sometimes trumps the auction, wherein if a person is bidding 100 rupees for a click and his CTR is roughly about 8 to 9, but another advertiser who's using the same keyword is bidding 140 on that keyword, but his quality score is, let's say, 6 or 5 also. Okay, he will not win the auction. Okay, the person with the keyword whose quality score is higher will win the auction. So yes, okay. Ravi, was I able to? Okay. So yes, you can. So abc.com, I think ABC is a channel in the States. That's why probably, but you can use anything rather, Asta. Like you can use your WordPress, blog also. If you guys have a blog, you can use that also to drive traffic to your blog. Okay. But ABC, as you know, is actually a channel in the States. Maybe that's why your ad or your, it showed a disapproval sign, right? Devasmita, is my voice okay right now? It says, you say it's breaking. Okay. Okay, great. So we'll just continue now. If anyone has any questions, keep typing. I'll get back to them. Right? Okay. So we are going, like I was saying, so today's module, you'll be understanding quality, rank, and relevance of ads and how it affects your performance, how to set up different bids and budget. We are going to get into different targeting settings for your campaign, and we spoke about extensions and related in the second session. We are going to just get into how more effectively we can use them, okay, to increase the overall performance and enhancing clicks on our ads. right? Okay, so we are also going to understand different ad policies and approvals. So your ad always stands a chance to get disapproved. Okay, it has to go through an approval process. Okay, there is an approval team at the Google end. Okay, so there are some that can get disapproved in an automated fashion because of certain algorithms and guidelines within the interface. Okay, for example, selling of pharmaceutical supplies, selling alcohol, or promoting gambling and things like that, it stands disapproved. These are just with some examples. We will get into the different policies and different approvals and how an ad goes through an approval cycle. So the first topic for today would be quality rank and relevance of ads and how to improve them. Okay. Okay. So top ads. Okay. Bottom ads. Okay. So top ads are the ones in the top three, and there are four positions max. Okay. Those are the top ads. You can see on your right. Okay. You example of a top ad. Okay. Bottom ads are the bottom three positions max. Okay. Top ads header can combine many lines. So top ad on the right, you can see the ad with four site link extensions. Yoga classes in Bangalore. Okay. Then there are four site links: yoga trainer at home, nutritionist, physiotherapist, and fitness trainers. So very relevant to yoga ads. Okay. Very relevant to the ad itself, but different options as to what is required. Right, guys. Someone else is complaining about. Uh, mm, is my voice okay? Okay, just give me a second, guys. Is it okay now, guys? I think it was my fan. Okay, in the room that I'm giving the training from. I think I've put off the fan now. Let me know if you guys are able to hear me now clearly. Now is it okay, guys? Okay, great. Okay, so like I was saying, top ads are the top three, maximum four positions, right? And what you get in the top four positions is more description, right? More descriptions in terms of what you can tell the end customer, more lines of text, future domain name, and the usage of prominent extensions. Okay, in the bottom ads are less wider compared to the top ads because uh, uh, top ads take most of the space. The bottom ads, more often than not, you also as end customers would rather click on something that shows in the first three positions rather than the bottom of the page, right? So most, like it's saying, most of the conversions happen in the top position. Less conversions happen in the bottom ads, right? So it's very self-explanatory what top ads and bottom ads are. If you guys can quickly do a Google search for any of the products that you might be interested in. For example, you can do the very same search, yoga classes in Bangalore, and see what the top ad positions are and what the bottom ad positions are. But top ads will be more demanding in terms of getting clicks, right? They will perform better. You can add more extensions for yoga classes in Bangalore. If this is advertised by Urban Club, which is a service aggregator, if there was a particular service provider just for yoga, they could have added a location extensions as to lead directly to their class, right? So something like that, So the bottom ad positions are less wider, lesser description, and less conversions happen in the bottom ads, right? So what is ad quality? Okay, the key factors on which the quality of an ad depends upon. Okay, the first thing is quality score from a score of 1 to 10, what we've been discussing since the very first class. Okay, so the keyword on your right says motorcycle jacket men's. Okay, so showing ads right now, if it says no, okay, your keyword isn't triggering ads to appear on Google right now due to a low ad rank. Ads are ranked based on your bid and quality score. Okay, expected click-through rate is average, ad relevance is above average, landing page experience is above average. So that's your quality score. Okay, so expected click-through rate. Okay, so that is the CTR again, which says it's above average and or below average. Okay, ad relevance, it again says the same thing. How closely is the ad related to the keyword, right? Above average, average, or below average, right? Landing page experience is a gauge here on your website. So it is also rated on the same parameters: average, above average, and below average. Okay, so you can see that the quality score of that particular keyword is 8 to 10, right? So landing page experience refers to, okay, so the last one of the three factors was the landing page experience, expected click-through rate. Okay, so you always tend to set a benchmark for the click-through rate. Like, you know, if I, as a campaign, if I were to run a campaign, let me set a key performance indicator of a click-through rate. I need to get at least 3% click-through rates post that 3% of clicks coming to my website. A portion of that, okay, a portion of those people who have clicked and come on my website, they should convert, right? So that is like a key performance indicator that you set for your campaign. Okay, so if you set something, okay, like for that particular keyword, if you for every keyword, okay, basis the competitiveness of that keyword and what kind of click-through rate it demands because of its high relevance. Okay, so if it's below that, or if it's above that, or if it's way above that, that's the metric that it provides us. It's average, it's above average, and it's below average. Just give me a sec, guys. Yes, sorry for that. So yeah, so expected click-through rate, okay, the relevance of the ad, okay, ad relevance with the keyword, how closely is the ad related to the keyword, okay. So you know that keywords are grouped into something called as ad groups, okay, and each ad group will have at least, it's a good practice to have at least two ad copies, okay. So it also determines how relevant is the ad that you have in the particular ad group with the keyword that you have in the ad group, okay. So is it above average, below average, or average? Okay. Landing page experience, sorry, is a gauge again for the quality of the customer's experience on your website. Let's look at landing page experience as a separate entity now. Okay. It says landing page experience refers to how good we think someone's experience will be when they get to your landing page. Okay, so obviously it goes without saying that once a particular potential customer is there on your website, you should do everything in your power to make him convert or make him purchase something rather. Okay, so all the information that is required, for a purchase to be made in terms of a product or in terms of a service, in terms of frequently asked questions or anything and everything that you may deem fit, for the end customer to find more relevance in, or to get what he's looking for. That's the onus is on the advertiser. You can improve your landing page experience and quality score by focusing on the following parameters, right? Relevant and original content. Okay, is the purpose of your site clear? Okay, is your site actually useful to the visitors that are clicking and coming to your website? These are some very pressing questions that you need to ask yourselves when you're in the process of making a website for your brand or your product or your service, right? What is the purpose of your website? Has it been clearly stated on what the purpose of the website is, or on the landing page? Okay, is your site actually useful to visitors? Okay, what does your site offer that other sites don't? Okay, so you can term this as the USP. Okay, now nowadays in the field of marketing and advertising, USP is something that is that is one main and a very important factor. Okay, USP stands for unique selling point. Okay, how are you different from many others who are providing the same service? Okay, what more can you provide the end customer for him to make the decision of buying something on your website? Okay, so that is something that is to be a purely a business call in terms of what you want your USP to be, right? The next one is the transparency bit. Okay, is your business and contact information easy to find? Okay, so everything related to, if I could give you an example, if you're selling something, okay, if you're buying something on Amazon, you will have all the details about, if at all you want to like the product, who you can contact, where you can contact, or what are the different other steps you can do, right? Or it'll give you all this information beforehand. Are you upfront about any information you're collecting from visitors? Okay, so nowadays when you're visiting websites, right, they will say that the website has a cookie policy. We collect cookies, okay, so that to better the experience for the end customer. Okay, more often than not you might see this. Mostly if you guys are on Chrome and browsing websites, it also says that it wants can it allow notifications? Okay, you have the option of blocking notification from the website or allowing it also. Okay, so it's, if the website should be upfront about the information that they're collecting from their visitors, about their name, about their address, and how they are going to be using that information. Okay, how they are going to be making sure that the information isn't leaked from the website to any other potential suitors. Okay, can people easily tell what will happen when they perform an auction action on your site? Okay, so whenever a person buys something, okay, on the website, it should have a message pertaining to that purchase, like a thank you, or the purchase that you made, a receipt has been sent to your email ID. Okay, so some things that after an action has been taken on the website, how do you communicate to the end customer that how the action has resulted and what it has resulted into, right? So if you're buying something on Amazon or a Flipkart, you will get three different communications: one on your phone, one on your mail, and one in your Amazon inbox itself, right? That your action has been recorded and it's in process right now. Okay. The next is ease of navigation. Is it easy for people to find what they're looking for? Okay. Does your site have too many links that might confuse people? Okay. You need to have a proper site hierarchy, to make the ease of navigation very easy. It's very important. Although it might look very off the top, information here, but it's of absolute importance, because this is how the system, the AdWords, crawler, okay, goes onto the landing page and crawls as to each and every aspect that has been listed down here. Okay, can someone easily find information to learn more or answer questions? So like I said, okay, like FAQs are frequently asked questions. Okay, so on Amazon website also you will see frequently asked questions. What if I don't like my product? How can I return it? Where I can return it? What is the return policy? And who I can contact if I don't like the product? Who will come to collect my product? These are some frequently asked questions. So business, as a business, the onus is on you to understand that what kind of different situations your end customer might fall into, and provide answers for the same before they start asking them. These are just but creating wonderful experiences for a customer, for a potential customer, when he's on your landing page, wherein every information, first pertaining to the product, second things are secondary questions that he might want to ask about the product, and everything. So that way reviews also help, right? So everything and anything that can make the decision faster is countered as a good landing page experience. Okay, so if a conversion is made, if a product is bought, you can be rest assured that the experience that the person has had on the landing page has been more than average, right? So factors that affect the quality score. Please by heart this bit, because I'm sure there will be questions asked on this particular bit in the fundamentals examination. Okay. Keywords fast click-through rate. Okay. What has been the historical click-through rate of that particular keyword? Okay. This is one that factors the quality score. Ads performance on particular sites. Okay. How has the ad performed on the display network? Okay, when it has been shown on particular sites, right? Quality of the landing page, something that we just discussed as to how quality landing page experience plays an important role. Okay, the targeted devices, the geographic performance of that particular keyword. Okay, how the keyword and the search term relevance, the keyword and the ad relevance, the account history, display URLs, past CTR. Okay, so these are all the factors that affect the quality score. More often than not, okay, one thing, if you have to keep it very simple for quality score, just make sure that your keyword and your ads are in line, the landing page experience is top notch, okay, and the previous click through rate has been good. A good CTR automatically translates to a good quality score. Okay, that goes without saying. Okay, so make sure that the relevance bit is always factored in. Okay, and more often than not, if that is factored in, all the other bits will fall into place automatically. Okay, so what is ad rank? Okay, it is the value that determines whether your ad makes it to the first page of search results, right? Where to find your ad position? Okay, there is something besides every keyword, there will be something called as an average position. Okay, when you pull out a keyword report from within AdWords, or when you're checking the performance of keywords, you will get a column on the interface itself. You can see it on the image on the right, which says average position of the ad, right? You can see that some ads are on position number 2, some keywords are on position number 1, and some are on position 1.5, which means these are all on the top spots. Okay, these keywords are all on the top spots. Okay, and what ad position it takes up on the page, first, second, third. So that's what I just told you. The average position determines what is the position that the keyword and that ad takes on the Google search engine results page. It's and checks for relevance, right? So it also factors in the plays an important. So I've been a competitive, right, with a good ad rank. So ad rank is quality score into max CPC. Okay, ad rank is determined by quality score multiplied by the max CPC is what your ad rank is. Expected impact of ad extension and ad formats. Okay, so again, ad extensions, we have seen the importance, we have gone into the different ad extensions and the different ad formats and how one can leverage them and use them to make the experience more effective in terms of what's required. Okay, like you wouldn't use some extensions on desktop, like a call extension you wouldn't use on a desktop, right? We discussed all this, like you would rather use a location extension. You could use it on desktop, but more often than not, if you use it on a phone, it would make more sense, because if a person is on the move and you show a location extension for him to come to your store, it makes more sense, right? So site link extensions are the most used when people are on desktops, as against call extensions and location extensions, and are rather used when you're targeting mobile as a property, right? Okay, so someone is asking a quick question. Okay, how does one determine the determine the quality score? Okay, so one determines the quality score basis many things. Okay, one second. So these are the factors that determine and the factors that affect the quality score. Okay, quality of the landing page, the ads performance, the past and the historical click-through rate of that particular keyword. Okay, what are the different devices targeted, geographic performance? These are all secondary, but the main and the most important factors are the quality of the landing page, the relevance of the ad, the past click-through rate of that particular keyword, right? Relevance and the quality of the landing page, ads performance, and the click-through rate are the most important ones, right? Just bear that in mind. Next, we discussed ad rank. It is just but the average position of every particular keyword, okay, that determines whether your ad makes it to the first page of the search results and what ad position it takes up on the page. You can see on the right, average position 1, 1.5, and 2. Okay, it is determined by the components of the quality score. Quality score again factoring in everything that we have seen in the previous slide, right? And your bid. Your bid also comes into the picture here, and expected impact of all the extensions that you might deem fit for the particular ad, right? Okay. Effect of ad quality on the account, on the AdWords account. How quality score affects you. Okay. So someone was asking, how CPC and CTR are related. Okay, so quality score affects you where keywords actual cost per click is reduced. If your quality score is high, you ideally end up paying. So if you're bidding, let's say even 100 rupees for that matter for a click on a particular keyword, but if your quality score and if everything related to the quality score are above average to good, okay, you don't end up paying all the 100 rupees that your ads quality on your keywords quality is top notch. Okay, the ad auction eligibility. So once you have prepared your keywords and your ads, first for a quality score to be generated, okay, the ad should be first approved and should be eligible for an auction. Eligible for an auction as in there'll be many advertisers using that keyword with their different ads, right? So for you to be eligible for that auction, all the policy requirements and everything should be in place. Okay. Keywords first page bid and estimate. So like I said, quality score and also bid is also very important. So make sure that there is one particular segment where we saw that you need to include the keywords first page bid estimate, right? For you to be on the first page of the Google search engine results page, okay, you need to make sure that you're bidding competitively. Okay, and keywords top. If you want to be on top of the page, there is another bid that you might want to use, but that bid is of no use if your quality score is not good. Okay, and then the ads position also plays into the picture, right? So if a particular keyword has a click-through rate of up and above 4%, has an average position of 1, okay, cost per click is 26-30% lower than what you are willing to pay and everything, it translates into an excellent quality score, right? That's what it translates into. Okay. Any questions? I will just open it up for questions for the next 5 to 10 minutes. If you guys have any questions on quality score and ad rank, okay, and landing page experiences. Any questions for the next 5 minutes? Feel free to ask me quickly. Okay. So Nikhilesh has asked the question, where will he find these things on their AdWords account? So as in when you add keywords to your account, okay, when the keywords become eligible for an auction, meaning the keywords go through the approval process, your ads are in place, and everything is ready to go for an auction, that's when you see the quality score besides every keyword. Okay, each and every keyword will have a quality score assigned. But before that, Nikhilesh, you need to have keywords built in into your account. So last week we had an activity wherein you guys were asked to make keywords and add it to your account, right? So as and when you make keywords, I know that all of y'all will be, provided some dummy money in your account to run campaigns. But to answer your question, uh, all this will be seen besides every keyword: the average position, the ad rank, the average position, the quality score, and related will be a metric dedicated to every individual keyword. Okay. Someone's asked, so rank is equal to quality score? Absolutely not, but they are related. Definitely, Mohammed. Ad rank determines. So quality ad rank is determined by quality score into the max CPC bid that you're willing to pay. Okay, that's how an ad rank is determined. Okay, so both are not exactly equal to each other, but are related to some extent, right? Cool. Was I able to answer those? Any more questions you guys wanted to ask? Okay, so we will quickly go through the next module. We have about 4 modules to complete today. So we just finished the first one around the quality score. We'll just quickly get into the bidding and budget bit. Okay, different methods and tactics of how to bid, when to bid, and what to bid. Right? Okay. So what is a budget and what is a bid? This is a stark difference between what the two are. Okay. So budget establishes a charging limit for an individual campaign. You have a campaign, you have a budget for the campaign, right? What is a bid? The amount you're willing to spend per click. Okay. So imagine a campaign with a budget of 100, let's say 10,000 rupees, right? You can set the daily limit for this particular campaign. Let's say if you have a budget of 10,000 and you have a daily capping of let's say 1,000 rupees, you don't want to spend more than 1,000 rupees. That's how the system paces itself so that it can use the entire 10,000 over the next 30 days of the month. Okay, but what is a bid in stark difference is what you're willing to pay for a click on a particular ad of yours, right? So these are what a budget and a bid is, right? So there is one video here which we'll quickly go through. Let's see what insights that we can derive from this.
With AdWords, you're in complete control of your costs. There's no minimum spend requirements, so the amount you pay is up to you. You control your budget in 3 ways. Firstly, your daily budget. Secondly, cost per clicks. And finally, ad quality. Your daily budget is the amount you want to spend each day on AdWords. Your ads will show until you reach this budget limit. Then they will typically stop showing for that day. You can change your daily budget at any time. And if you want to make sure your ads are getting maximum exposure, you can set your budget to the amount recommended in the settings tab of your account. Your cost per click bid, or CPC, is the maximum amount you're willing to pay each time a potential customer clicks on your ad. You can set the CPC bid for all of your keywords, or change bids based on individual keyword performance. For example, you could try raising your bid for your best performing keyword to get a higher position on the page. The AdWords Traffic Estimator, which can be found in your account tools, will help you decide how much to bid. Your ad quality is the other important factor which affects where your ad will show on the page. When your customers search, they want to find exactly what they are looking for quickly and easily. So your ads, keywords, and landing page need to be relevant to what your customers are searching for. Your ad quality is measured by a quality score, which can be seen in your account, and you can improve your quality by tweaking your keywords and ads to make them relevant to those searching for your product or service. AdWords rewards relevant, well-targeted ads with a higher position at a lower CPC cost. So the more targeted your ads are, the better they will perform. Reviewing and tweaking your budget, bids, and ad quality on a regular basis can make a big difference. Log in today to make sure your AdWords account is working for your business.
Okay, so was everyone able to see that particular video? Okay, so the video just explained how you can manage your budget on a daily basis. Okay, how quality score, ad rank, and CPCs are decreased with increase in quality score, and how AdWords provides lower CPCs for good ad ranks. How you can jump positions by increasing the bids, and and improving the quality score and the overall performance of the ad, right? Okay, there are two kinds of delivery types, ad delivery types as they are called. Okay, ad delivery determines how often your ad shows throughout the day, right? So there are two types of ad delivery methods. One is a standard delivery, okay, wherein if you have a budget, a daily budget limit set for about 1,000 rupees a day, right, the standard delivery will make sure that that budget is effectively used over that entire day, right? If there are like as and when, so if let's say you have about 24 hours in a day, so a standard delivery will make sure that the budget is divided throughout the entire day. So your ad appears as and when people are searching for it. Okay, but if people are searching for that product more and more towards the first half of the day, right, there will be times where your ad won't show because your budget wants to be concentrated throughout the day. Okay, the other delivery method is the accelerated delivery. Okay, accelerated delivery will try to exhaust your daily budget as and when people are searching for your ads, right? So you will see the two differences. Right, standard delivery will spread your budget throughout the day by serving your ads throughout the day, right? As compared to accelerated delivery, uses up your budget much faster. This will make sure your ads to be served as frequently as possible until the budget is used up, right? So in an accelerated delivery method, you might also see that if your days, if you started your campaign at 9 at an accelerated delivery method, people searching, if a keyword is very has got a high traffic, monthly searches, if people keep searching for it and people keep clicking on it on your ads, before like 12 or maybe even by 3 in the afternoon, your daily budget will be exhausted. Post that, your ad, if people are even searching for your keyword with your keyword for your ads, the ads won't show. Okay, so that's not an ideal situation you want to fall in. Okay, but again, it's purely a strategy call. So that is where a standard delivery comes in. It makes sure that your ads appear throughout the day. Okay, your ad appears throughout the day. Okay, it divides the budget throughout the day as and when people are searching for your particular product or service, right? Ad rotation is the way Google deliver your ads within an ad group. Okay, so something that we saw in the previous slide is called an ad delivery or ad delivery method. Okay, now we are going to something called as an ad rotation. Okay, rotation. So one, you have a group of keywords. Okay, the keywords have been grouped together into an ad group. Okay, now each ad group has 2 to 3 ads. Okay, in an ideal situation. because you want to test out different ads as to how they perform, right? So ad rotation is the way Google deliver your ads within an ad group, right? So here are the different ways that ad rotation works, and what are the different ad rotation settings that you can apply. Okay, one is optimizing for clicks. Okay, you can deliver the ads expected to provide more clicks and deliver more often into the ad option than other ads in the ad group. Okay, so this is purely basis the historical performance of the ads. Okay, if you have 3 ads in an ad group and they first when your ads and your start showing up on the Google search engine results page, okay, Google rotates these ads evenly. Once they start garnering clicks, right? Once they start garnering clicks, the system decides to show only those ads that get more clicks than the other ads, right? So you're saying that over these 3 ad copies that I have, please show the ad that has more chances of getting a click. That's what you're telling the system to do. Second thing is optimize for convergence. Okay, so the similar way, it is you're telling the Google AdWords system, please show an ad which has more chances of converting as compared to the other ads in my ad group, right? Ads expected to provide more convergence and are delivered more often into the ad option than other ads in the ad group. The third one is you plan to rotate all the ads evenly because you want to give each one of them equal preference, because you also think that all 3 are good enough to get clicks and convergence. Okay, so if you have 3 ad copies, the system decides to rotate it evenly throughout the day so that all of them get equal impressions at the end of the day and all of them get equal exposure. Okay, so that is what is rotate evenly is, right? Rotate indefinitely delivers your ads more evenly into the ad option, but does so for an indefinite amount of time and does not optimize. Okay, this is basically haywire. Okay, it shows whatever ad is ready for the auction at that point of time. It provides that ad irrespective of which is going to get more clicks or what is going to get more convergence. So if an ad has been shown once or maybe twice a day already, the other 2 have not been shown, okay, rotate evenly would allow the others to show up, but rotate indefinitely will still show the first ad irrespective of how many times in a day that it has been shown. And also you have not chosen to optimize it for clicks or optimize it for convergence, right? So these are the 4 ad delivery methods. So campaign delivery methods are 2. One is a standard delivery method wherein you decide to use your daily budget throughout the day, okay, dividing it throughout the day so that you are exposed, your ad is exposed throughout the day as and when a people. As against then, the second part is the accelerated delivery method wherein you decide to exhaust your budget not throughout the day but as and when people are searching. So if your budget can get exhausted in as close to 2 hours of the campaign for the daily limit. Okay, so it's a very strategic call as to how you want to play the campaign type. Second is the ad rotation within an ad group. Okay, one is optimized for clicks, the ads that are that the system feels will get more clicks basis many factors, it will show those ads more. Second is optimized for convergence. Third one is rotate all the ads evenly, okay, as and when they they are ready for the auction. Rotate indefinitely is primarily the opposite of what rotate evenly is, right? So these are the ad rotation and the ad delivery methods. Okay, daily and monthly budget. Okay, let's decide on how much one can spend. With AdWords, you can choose a daily budget for each campaign based on your advertising goals and the general amount you're comfortable spending each day, right? If you're used to working with a monthly advertising budget, you can find your daily budget by dividing your monthly budget by 30.4, the average number of days per month. Okay, so let's say you have a monthly budget of 30 rupees. Okay, I'm taking the most simplest example possible. Okay, a daily budget would be 1 rupee per day. Okay, and a monthly budget would be, so you can set on a daily budget. Okay, so there are 2 ways. set a monthly budget for the campaign, wherein the system will determine and divide the monthly budget into 30.4 days. Okay, or you can set a daily budget, okay, for the campaign, right? So if you're running a campaign for 45 days, okay, which means for 45 days on a daily basis you can spend about, you are ready to spend about, let's say, X amount of money. Okay, so you can determine whether you want to go with the daily budgeting amount or the monthly budgeting amount. Okay, when you change your daily campaign budget, you see adjustments immediately in your account. Based on when you edit your budget, the way that your campaign consumes your budget can vary. Okay, so basis when you change your budget on a daily basis. So like I said, there is a lot of what do you call it, flexibility in terms of changing budgets. We saw this in the second session, wherein you can change the budget. Okay, if your budget has been consumed on a daily basis and you still feel that you have more time left and you can get more conversion, you can pump in more budget, right? That amount of flexibility the system provides you. Okay, but when you change your daily campaign budget, you'll see these adjustments immediately in your account. Based on when you edit the budget, the way that your campaign consumes your budget can vary. Okay, so if you change it midday, like in between of the day, campaigns will typically spend around 50% of their budget in the day's first half and the remainder in the day's second half. Okay, if you've lowered your daily budget significantly, it's also possible that your ad distribution will slow significantly for the rest of the day, because you're playing with your daily budget and you're playing with the standard delivery. If your standard delivery has decided at the start of the day that, listen, you're telling the system, I want to spend this 1,000 rupees on this entire day, the throttler has already decided that at every hour I'll spend this much so as to be visible for the next 24 hours. But if you decide to reduce that budget midday, right, your ad distribution and your ad going into auction will drastically get reduced. Okay, because it has to recalibrate and recalculate. Like if you make the budget from 1,000 rupees to 500 rupees midday, and by that point of time 200 or 300 worth of ads have already been clicked and delivered, you have the remainder 200 again to be spread across the remainder of the hours of the day, right? So the system has to again recalculate and recalibrate, so your ad distribution will lower down. Okay, so if you change it multiple times a day, you'll be charged based on the highest daily budget that you choose for that day. Okay, so if you're making it 100, 200, 400, again 250, okay, you'll be charged based on the highest daily budget that you chose for the day. So it will take, of all the budgets that you've chosen for the day, it will go for the highest one. Okay, if you're changing in mid-month, okay, you'll be charged for the month no more than the new budget multiplied by the number of days that remain in the month plus the total amount spent for the campaign before the budget change, right? So this is for mid-month. Multiple times the same calculation applies as the one for changing your budget mid-month. Like if you change it mid-month, the highest that you've applied will be applied for the month, right? So these are the, if you're changing budgets on a regular basis, this is how the changing of the budget that will affect your particular campaign, right? Okay, anyone has any questions? Okay, okay, how with one ad group we can run 3 ads? So you will know, Nikhilesh, that running, you can create as many ads within an ad group as possible, but in an ideal situation, each ad group will have a group of keywords, right? And you cannot fit all the group of keywords to within one ad. One ad may be relevant to, let's say, a set of 3 keywords or 4 keywords. Now if you have 10 to 12 keywords, it makes sense that one ad pertains to a set of 4 within an ad group, the other ad pertains to set of other 4, so that you're present and relevant. Okay, this is purely for relevance basis, that your ads show relevance to a particular keyword that is being searched. You can have even one ad copy Okay, Nikhilesh, I think it might be a problem internet maybe. Let me just, okay, can you guys hear me? Hello? You guys can hear me? Nikhilesh, I was saying that, you, right? Cool. Okay. So what is budget versus actual spend? Okay. When campaigns cost more than their daily budget, someone has asked another question. Connection. Okay, Devasmita, I'm in a very high internet, high-speed internet connection right now. Maybe you would want to check your connection because I just checked my connection speed and it's excellent. Okay, when campaigns cost more than their daily budget, okay, high traffic is equal to more budget spend automatically. Low traffic is equal to less budget spend automatically, right? The total daily cost could be up by 20% more than the usual daily budget when search traffic is higher. But AdWords keeps the check from overspending for the month based on the monthly charging limit, right? So let's say you have a particular campaign that has a monthly budget of let's say 30 rupees, monthly budget of 30 rupees. Okay, you have not put a daily limit. Okay, but ideally the system calculates the daily limit to be 1 rupee per day, right? It calculates the limit to be, but let's say on any particular given point of a day, right, the traffic is higher than on other days. Okay, so the system, what it does is, so that you do not miss out on potential impressions or conversions, will spend 20% more on any given day, more than your daily budget, right? So let's say, just hear this example very, very carefully. Okay, I'm taking simpler numbers so that you guys can understand. You have put in a monthly budget of 30 rupees into your account, right, for a particular campaign. Now the system has calculated it to 1 rupee a day. Okay, once it has decided to spend 1 rupee a day on any given day, okay, if the traffic seems to be higher for particular set of keywords within your campaign, okay, the system, even after having spent the 1 rupee already, okay, will still spend 20% extra, right? So on any given day, after having spent one, and if the system sees that you're still missing out on potential impressions because of your daily budget limit having reached, it will still it will still has the capacity to spend close to 1.2 extra. But towards the end of the campaign, all this will be adjusted so that it does not go more than the monthly budget that you decided. Okay. So let's say on one day it has decided to spend 1.20. Okay. For the next 3-4 days, the traffic is high, it will spend 1.20. But when the traffic is lower, okay, on some days it will decide to spend, let's say, 0.8, 0.6, again 0.9 on some day, then 1 on some days, so that towards the end of the campaign, your monthly budget limit has not been exceeded. Okay, so that's how the system decides, because the only logical way to explain this is, the system sees that on some festival days or some festival occasions, or on certain days, calendar days of the year, the traffic on certain amount or products or services tends to get high. Okay, so me coming from Delhi, okay, so there was a lot of pollution in the air the last few weeks, right? So we saw that the trend for air purifiers by, so as and when these kind of situation wise things arise, the search increases. on any given time of the day, on any given day of the year, the search on air purifier must have been very, very low. But the system sees a spike and decides that, okay, the daily budget is 1 rupee, but since there is a spike in traffic at this particular point of time because of a demand for the product or the service, it will decide to spend maybe 20% extra, but towards the end of the campaign, it will recalibrate it so that to not overshoot the monthly budget, right? So that is budget versus the actual spend. Okay, so that's what it says. The total daily cost could be up to 20% more than the usual daily budget when search traffic is higher. But AdWords keeps the check from overspending for the month based on the monthly charging limit, right? Does anyone have any question on this slide? Okay. Next, if you do not change your budget, you will not be charged more than your daily budget multiplied by the average number of days in a month, which is 365 days in a year, divided by 12 months or 3.4 days or month. Okay, so if you have a budget, okay, for a month, okay, a daily budget, let's say 1 rupee a day, it will get multiplied by the number of days in the month, okay, that is 30 days in a month, okay, which will again get multiplied by 365 days in a year. Again, you're dividing it back by 12 and 30.4 to come to the daily budget. So it's ideally the same thing. If you have 30 rupees, 30 rupees a month, you're ideally back calculating it to 1 rupee a day. Okay, you will not be charged more than your daily budget in ideal situations. Okay. However, if your daily budget changes throughout the month, the monthly charging limit will not be used, though the 120% daily limit will still apply. Okay, the limit will not be used. Okay, because in some cases, if you decide to reduce the budget and you say that my daily limit has not been used because you have made so many changes into the budgets going forward. Okay, though the 120%, so it's a very good way to put it is, let's say you have changed your budget from monthly budget from 30 rupees to 20 rupees. Okay, now let's say out of the 30 rupees that you had applied in the first go, 10 rupees have already been spent. Now you have changed the monthly budget to, and 10 rupees has been spent in the first 10 days. Now you are changing the budget of the campaign to 20 rupees. Okay, so now 10 rupees has already been spent, right? And now you're changing the budget to 20 rupees. So now ideally you have 10 more rupees to spend over the next 20 days. Okay, so that's how it will decide that now it has to spend 0.5 rupees on a daily basis over the next 20 days so that it does not exceed the 20 rupees limit. But again, the 120% daily limit will still apply, wherein on certain days when it sees a spike, it will spend a little more than 0.5, maybe 0.7, okay, 0.8 also. But towards the end of the month, it will recalibrate itself to not spend more than 20 for that month, right? So this is how it works. Anyone has any question? Any questions? Okay. For an effective campaign budget, okay, so this is ideal situation. Okay, choose standard delivery for your ads instead of accelerated delivery. We saw two delivery methods: standard delivery, where you're spreading your daily budget across the day; accelerated delivery, where you're telling your budget to be consumed as and when people are searching, so that it can get consumed towards the first half of the day also. Okay, so choose standard delivery for your ads instead of accelerated delivery. Let AdWords automatically bid for you to get as many clicks as possible with your campaign's current daily budget. Okay, so there is automated bidding that is applied. Okay, where you don't have to individually decide bids for each keywords. You let AdWords decide the bid for the keyword so as to get the most performance from that particular keyword. Okay, lower your bids for campaigns that are limited by budget. Okay, potentially reducing the average cost per click. Okay,
So on some scenarios, you will see that the campaign gets limited by budget, meaning the it is nearing the daily budget towards, let's say, 5, 6 in the evening. Okay. In that case, the system is strategically telling you maybe you want to increase the daily budget to some extent. Okay. So that your ads are not shown. Okay. So in that case, what you can do is non-performing keywords within that campaign, you can reduce the bids, right? You can reduce the bids on the non-performing campaigns and make sure that you're still within the daily budget what you had applied in the first go, right? So three things: choose standard delivery against accelerated. Let go. The first step would be let AdWords automatically bid on your keywords, okay, basis your daily budget. But if the system tells you that you
Can you hear me, Mohammed? Hello. Okay. Next is, okay, three bidding options. This is something that three bidding types. This is something that we had touched on in the first class. Okay, cost per click, CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions, and CPA is cost per acquisition. You know, these are the three bidding options that you want to bid per click, bid per 1,000 impressions, or bid per acquisition. Right? These are the three bidding methods. There's nothing more to this slide, surprisingly. But just bear in mind there are just three: CPC, CPM, and CPA. And all these together translate into something called again as pay-per-click advertising. Okay, I will just open it up for questions for the next 5 minutes. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me next 5 minutes. Thank you. Okay, no one has any questions. So I think I was clear enough in the first few slides. We spoke about quality, ad relevance, landing page experience. We spoke about ad rank. We've effectively spoken about the campaign delivery methods in terms of standard delivery and accelerated delivery. We've spoken about the rotation methods, ad rotation where you want to optimize it for clicks, for conversions, rotate evenly, and also rotate indefinitely, right? We spoke about the daily budget, right? And how daily budget comes into the foray, and how it changes affects your campaigns on a daily basis, and what is bid. Okay, now moving forward, particular budget. Okay, raise or lower bid to increase chance of showing first page or top of page. Okay, these are just but bidding options. These are automated bidding options that you get from within the AdWords interface. One is to, like, very similar to what ad rotation is. These are bidding options that the system provides you. You want to bid to get maximum clicks, okay, within your daily budget, okay, or you want to target search page location, wherein raise or lower bid to increase chance of showing in first page or top of page, okay, to outrank competitors search results. Okay, these are like exaggerating the bids to an extent, keeping in check your quality score and your ad rank. Okay, these are the bidding options that the system provides you, right, as per the conversions and as per the max you're willing to spend and as per the conversion. So target CPA. So these are the four, wherein one option is where you want to bid to maximize your clicks. You will probably use this option wherein your focus is to get clicks on your particular ads, trusting that your website will do the rest of the job for you, right? So you will purely concentrate on getting the clicks. Okay, next is to get your ad to the top of the page or in the top results. Okay, this is you will use when your campaign is not getting much traction or clicks. Okay, you will use this bidding option so as to make your ad appear on the top of the page so that people at least click on it to start with, and then post that you can dwell into other things of the landing page experience. Okay, to outrank competitor search results. Okay, this you will use when you know that for certain keywords, okay, your competitors are also doing excellently well in terms of their quality score and their bid. Okay, so let's assume that there are three competitors vying for the top at three ad spots. Okay, and you want to be on the top position at any given point of time, right? Because you feel that your competitors AdWords account or the way they are handling or optimizing is on par with what you're doing. Okay, so in this case you will use the automated bidding for target outranking share, where you want to completely outrank the bid. Okay, which means all your quality scores are same with your competitors. Your bids are also at some point very competitive with each other, but you want to outrank their bid at any given point of time, right? Target CPA. Okay, so this is purely in terms of you're getting conversions, you're getting clicks. Okay, you're getting your your website, your ads are on the result pages also showing up, getting more clicks. But now you want to get into another game of getting a CPA. So you will provide a target CPA saying that my cost per acquisition should be not more than 150 rupees. Bid basis that. Okay, so what is cost per acquisition? Okay, it's the cost that you are incurring for each sale that you made. If you have sold about, let's say, 3 products, okay, from your website, okay, and you spent close to 1,000 rupees in doing so on AdWords, okay, your cost per acquisition is 333 rupees per sale, right? That's how much you spent on the system to get each sale. So you're telling the system, I want to get my cost per acquisition lowered to, let's say, to start with, to 200 rupees. From the current 333 it is to 200 rupees. So optimize and bid automatically based on that to get my CPA to a lower number, right? Enhance CPC. This is to maximize convergence. Okay, so enhance CPC is basically what a bidding factor wherein you're getting clicks, but now you want to maximize the convergence. This is purely a game of the landing page, okay, but this will factor in all the factors that are listed above: the CPA, the outranking, and to maximize the clicks. More clicks are more chances for you to get a conversion, okay. So because there is something called as a conversion rate, okay, which determines how many clicks you've got as against how many conversions have happened on the website. Like, let's say if you have gotten 100 clicks on a particular ad, and out of that 3 have converted, 3 clicks have turned into conversion, as in they have purchased something on your website. So your conversion rate is 3%, right? So to increase your conversion rate, you might have to increase your clicks also. You might have to factor in all the above 4. You have to be in the first position, you have to outrank, you have to get more clicks. In that way, factoring all the above factors, enhanced CPC determines how it can bid to maximize your overall conversions. Any questions on this particular slide? Guys, any questions on this particular slide? Okay, there is another small thing: target ROS, return on ad spend, set in percentage. Okay, so your return on ad spend is something that you set in percentage. For example, target CPA. Okay, you set a cost per acquisition number. In the same way, return on ad spend is something that you set in percentage, and the automated bidder determines your bid basis what you have set. Right, guys? You guys have any questions on this particular website? Now is a good time to ask me. Okay, moving forward. Automatic CPC bidding against manual CPC bidding. Okay, what does automatic CPC bidding do? Okay, so this is just a stark differentiation between an automated bidding and a manual bidding pattern. Okay, so in automated, you set a daily budget, and the AdWords system automatically manages your bids to bring most clicks possible. Okay, as against a manual CPC, you fine tune your maximum CPC bids to help control the cost and volume of clicks on your ads, right? So manually, this is something that you do, but when you're going the manual way, you have to be absolutely sure that your bids are right, okay? And the keyword planning tool gives you an absolute insight into what your a maximum cost per click should be to start with, to be on the first results page or to be on the top of the page and things like that. So you have to make a call when you are bidding manually on each and every keyword. So just giving you an example of what we used to do was when we used to upload all the keywords and the campaign structure into AdWords all at once, with all having the same amount of cost per click. Okay, like let's say we used to bid about like roughly about 20-25 rupees, okay, cost per click on each and every keyword. We used to let it run for about 3-4 days and then determine what are the different messages that each keyword is showing. Some might show that it's below the first page bid, a bid this much to get on the top of the page and things like that. And then we used to take calls and we used to increase all of them marginally by a percentage or decrease them marginally by a percentage basis what is the kind of focus and what is the kind of traffic estimate that we are looking to get to our website, right? So set a daily budget. So automated is the system determines automatically what bids to be assigned to each keyword so as to get you the clicks. Okay, but manual CPC is more tedious. Okay, and it's more widely used, to be very honest. To fine tune your CPC bids. Okay, to help control the cost. So you are gaining authority in the second one. Okay, you are doing everything from scratch. You are applying your brains rather to make everything work in a way that you expect it to work. Okay, as against trusting a system to do it. Okay. Now, if you have an advertising budget you'd like consistently, okay, don't want to spend time monitoring and updating individual CPC bids, okay, are interested in increasing website traffic, okay. So these three things will happen, definitely will happen, but
So when does it happen? When you do not have a lot of time to spend on an account on a daily basis, okay? And you are increasing website traffic, okay? But that holds good for manual CPC also. When you're doing manual CPC bidding, you want to increase the website traffic also. You have a lot of time on your hands to do those also because it's quite a tedious task, okay? It works for you if you like to control CPC bids for individual ad groups, keywords or placements, are interested in increased website traffic and not necessarily you're good enough with whatever traffic you're getting from within the budget that you have specified, or even if it spends lesser than that, as long as your CPC bids are in place and are not overshooting, okay? Overshooting, okay? Because you have given the system the responsibility and the authority to change bids as per what's happening everywhere. Like, if there's competitiveness, increase the bid and things like that. So these are two stark differences. These are very, very important. So please go through this slide once again as and when you guys can, right? Okay. Moving forward, that was the CPC bidding. Now CPM bidding is something called as cost per 1,000 impressions. Okay. Manual bidding for impressions, also known as CPM bidding, lets you control the visibility of your ads by fine tuning your maximum CPM bids. Okay. So works for you. So CPM bidding is usually used when you're targeting only the display network, okay, and not the Google search network, because on Google CPC model, but for a display network, you would rather use the. So I work purely on programmatic, and purely my line of work is into display advertisement. So we work mostly on the CPM model, okay. So you use CPM when you are mostly interested in branding, creating brand awareness, and are not right, are targeting particular placements, not just you are not focusing on generating clicks or traffic. It is used on the display in the ad itself, so you don't need people to click through to your site. So it is an imagery. Mostly when you are using display network, you tend to use mostly display banners. Okay, in that case, you make sure that all the messaging is there within the banner itself. Okay, so you don't need people to click through to your website. Okay, and you are more focused on brand awareness as against getting clicks or traffic. We've discussed this before, where I've said that display network is mostly used wherein you want to create brand awareness and in branding exercises, and are not particularly interested in getting clicks or traffics to your website. Okay, that's why you're not bidding on clicks, because you're not interested in clicks. Okay, here you're bidding purely on impressions. Cost per 1,000 impressions is what CPM stands for, right? So this is manual CPM bidding. Now this is something which is very, very new in the industry, which is called as viewable CPM. Okay, in viewable CPM, Google only counts an impression if it deems that your ad is viewable by an user. An ad is considered viewable if 50% of it is on screen for 1 second or longer for display ads, and 2 seconds or longer for video ads. Okay, so in the field that I am in, this is very, very widely used and accepted. So an ad should be seen, it should load, okay, and should be seen by a user. Okay, 50% of the ad should be seen. So if the ad is available, if you that you scroll on a website, right, to go to the bottom of the page. So when you're scrolling, 50% of the ad should be viewable, and on that particular 50%, you should be there for at least 1 second. Like if you're scrolling, and let's say 50% 1 second or longer for it to be considered a okay, or okay.
Okay, Nikhilesh, I think only, hello, can you hear me, guys? I think only Nikhilesh is facing the voice break today, surprisingly. Can you hear me, Nikhilesh? Okay, guys, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's just take a 5 minute break, 5 to 10 minute break. Let me just fix this and see what the problem is and be back. Okay, so we are at, okay, okay, cool. So I'll just give me, let's take a break. Okay, we have gone through 1.5 hours of the class without, about close to 1 hour 45 minutes without taking a break. Okay, so let's take a small quick break for 5 to 10 minutes and I'll try and fix this problem and be back. Does that work? Okay, great. Okay, so I will take a quick 5 to 10 minute break. Thanks. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Quickly let me know if you guys can hear me now. Okay. Okay. So we were something called as on a viewable CPM. So CPM is cost per 1,000 impressions, but cost per 1,000 viewable impressions is what VCPM is. Okay. So 50% of the ad should be viewable. A display ad should be viewable for at least 1 second or more. Okay. For a display ad. For a video ad, the same thing. 50% of the ad should be viewable for 2 seconds or more. Okay. That's when an impression is counted. That's when an impression is counted. So if a display banner appears on a particular website on the Google display network, okay, 50% of it should be viewable for at least 1 second or more. That's when an impression is counted, is what VCPM means. Okay. If anyone has any questions, please ask me now. VCPM is considered to be a more valuable impression because you know that someone has actually seen the ad. At least 50% of the ad has been seen, because more often than not what happens is ads that tend to appear on the bottom of a website or a page or things like that, we don't even scroll down to the bottom, right? We don't even scroll down to the bottom of the page, but impression is counted in the system. But within Google AdWords, it does not count it as an impression. It will only count it as impression if we have scrolled down to the bottom of the page, okay, and the ad becomes viewable. It starts becoming viewable, and we have to be at the bottom of the page for at least 1 second or more. Okay, that's when it is considered to be a viewable impression, and it is considered to be a more valuable impression, right? Now the second is CPA bidding, focusing on conversion. Okay, cost per acquisition bidding is an advanced option that lets you bid directly. Okay. Someone is asking, CPM bidding, is it based on money as there are other effective methods for branding? Okay, so I think CPM is a very good model for branding. I'm not sure what the other effective methods for branding are in the digital eco space. If Suhas is asking, is CPM bidding a waste of money, as there are various and other effective methods for branding? Suhas, if you could just quickly type in and let me know what the other effective methods are for branding in digital, and the the payment model for that. I would really be interested in knowing that, because I've been in the display marketing industry for more than 3 years now, and we've been using CPM for the longest time. Okay, if there is anything in terms of another method for branding on the display digital displays, please let me know, and I would be glad to hear the same. Okay, so CPA. Okay, so specific consumer market, so everything should, so Suhas says that he's saying generally for so, but Suhas, a good marketing activity is when you have outdoor activations that are happening. You have big banners that have been put on for a big launch of a product, like example for an iPhone. Okay, you will see big banners on the streets when you're traveling in prominent locations. You will see ads on YouTube. You will see ads on other websites, and also you will see banners that are effectively there. So what the use, so CPM in terms of money of what cost per 1,000 impressions is very, very low from an Indian point of view. So for 1,000 impressions on an average in the Indian market, you end up paying less than, let's say, 50 rupees. Okay, so 50 rupees you're paying for 1,000 impressions for branding, I think is money well spent, according to me. So, but all of it should come together, because for a particular launch or some activity like that, you need to be present everywhere for the marketing activity to hold some water, right? So and that's where CPM comes, and it's very cheap as compared to other branding methods digitally. To be very honest, I have seen CPMs drop down to at least
40 rupees for 1,000 impressions, okay, and 40 rupees for 1,000 viewable impressions. I think and you end up getting clicks also, but you will not be charged for the clicks. So let's say for display activities that we do, right, we spend, let's say we see a CPM of about 40-50 rupees, but we also see a CTR of say 0.2 to 0.3, okay, but we are not paying for the clicks, we are just paying for the impression. So you are just doing a branding activity, but in turn you're also getting some conversion. So I think that's a good activity overall, that gets performed in the digital ecospace, right? So coming back, CPA bidding is to focus on convergence, okay? Cost per acquisition bidding is an advanced option that lets you bid directly for convergence, okay? So that is what it does, okay? But there are some eligibility criteria for this, okay? Conversion tracking should be enabled. At least 15 conversions should have occurred on your campaign in the last 30 days, okay? And campaign is receiving conversion at a similar rate for at least few days. So if campaign conversion rate is, let's say, so like I was giving an example, if you have 100 clicks and you've got 3 conversion out of the 100 clicks, okay, your conversion rate is 3%, okay? So that 3% should be consistent for a few days, for let's say 7 to 10 days, for it to be eligible for the system to understand how and when to increase and decrease the bids to increase the conversions, okay? Campaign should target the search network, the display network, or both. And the main important criteria is conversion tracking should be enabled, okay? So these are the eligibility criteria for CPA automated bidding, okay? Cost per acquisition bidding is advanced option that lets you bid directly for conversions. Okay, enhanced cost per click is a bidding feature in your AdWords that enhances your bid for clicks that seem more likely to lead to a conversion. Okay, so if a particular click, let's say if someone is searching for something, okay, and it matches exactly with the keyword in your account, you have an ad that says the exact same thing as the person's search term, okay, the system automatically determines that this particular ad has shown on the top position at this point of time is exactly matching the person who's searching for it, his search term, and everything seems to be in place. At that point of time, before the ad comes out on the search result page, the Google system determines that, picks up the ad, enhances its bid, and puts it on the first place. Okay, so enhanced CPC is a bidding feature in your AdWords that enhances your bid. It enhances bases all this. So you can put a base bid, okay, and you can put it on enhanced CPC so as to lower or lower your bid, or also increase your bid basis what people are searching for at what point of the time of the day. Okay, so it's a bidding feature in your AdWords account that enhances your bid for clicks that seem more likely to lead to a conversion. It's a way of to get more value from your spend. Okay, eCPC, that is enhanced CPC, works on Google search, the Google search network, and also the Google display network. Okay, now combining enhanced CPC and conversion optimizer. Okay, so enhanced CPC works with all your campaign settings and max CPC bids, can raise bids by up to 30%. Enhanced CPC, as and when to get more clicks, it will raise your bids by up to 30%. Okay, works with also third-party bidding systems. Okay, let's talk about the third-party bidding systems later. Let's not focus there as of now. Okay, conversion optimizers lets you set either a target CPA or a max CPA. This is the CPA bidding what we were talking about 2 slides earlier. Has full freedom to set your CPC bid for each option. Okay, may not work with some. Okay, now the third one is also a third-party API-based management solution. So forget that. Okay, eCPC and conversion optimizer, how they work together. Okay, use conversion tracking or use Google Analytics data from your account, predict a conversion rate for each option. Okay, so we will get into the system on the AdWords system and we'll see how these work together. For now, just realize the difference between eCPC and what the conversion optimizer, that is the CPA bidding, is all about, right? If anyone has any questions, okay, please ask now.
Okay, so where and how can someone set? Okay, okay, please explain the difference again. Okay, so Asta, there are two types of conversion optimizing is bidding based on cost per acquisition. You set a cost per acquisition that I have to make a sale within this particular amount. Okay, that's something you said, and the system automates the bid basis that. As against enhanced CPC, what it does is it boosts the bid of your keyword by up to 30%. Okay, let's say you have put a bid of 1 rupee. Okay, this, and you're giving it a enhanced CPC authority, the system an enhanced CPC authority, wherein you're giving it the option of setting it up by close to 1.30 rupees, up to 30%, so as to feature and show more in the top positions when you can get more clicks on the particular ad. Okay, that's what the difference is. One is for conversions and the other one is for clicks. Okay, so what's billing tracking method for CPA? I'm not sure I quite get your question, Suhas. If you can rephrase your question, that would be great. Okay. How will Google track conversions? Okay. To track conversion, there is something called as a conversion code. Okay. From the AdWords interface, we will get into the conversion code in the advanced segment, but just to answer your question, there is a conversion code. Okay. You place the conversion code at something called as a thank you page. A thank you page on a website is ideally after the page that one comes to after he has purchased the product. So again, taking the example of an Amazon product, if you're buying an Amazon product, you come to a page where it seems your order has been placed. Thank you for shopping with us. Okay, so that is something called as a thank you page. On this page, you place something called as a conversion code. Okay, so every time a person comes to that page, okay, this conversion code fires and conversion in the AdWords system. Okay, so that's how conversions are tracked in AdWords. Okay. Okay, so it's just tracked based on the conversion code which is placed on, ideally pages where the conversion has been recorded. Like if you're filling a lead form, okay, for a real estate business, okay, you're filling your details, what kind of property you're looking at, what kind of, budget you're looking at, and things like that. When you click on submit, there is another page that opens. They say, thank you for contacting us. A representative will contact you soon. Okay, on that page is somewhere a conversion code will be placed, an AdWords conversion code that will fire after anyone comes on that page. Okay, because the only way one can come to that page is after having filled a form or after having purchased the product. Okay, so that's when a conversion gets recorded. Okay. Now, moving on. So setting max CPCs can happen at 3 levels. Okay, at the ad group level, at the keyword level, at the placement level. Placement level will be websites. Placements are websites on the Google Display Network. Okay, you can set CPCs at different placements. Like if I find 10 websites that are absolutely relevant to my business or my services or my product, I will make sure that I bid high on these websites for my ads to show on those particular websites. Okay, so placement level CPCs, as you can see, you can set a CPC for each placement if you like. If you know that a certain website gets great results for you, you can bid more for that particular website. Okay, for let's say if a scooppoop.com, okay, if it gives some of its inventory to the Google Display Network, okay, and I've seen that I'm getting good clicks via the scooppoop.com when my ads show on scooppoop.com, okay, I can decide that I will bid more for scooppoop.com so that my ads show up over there. Okay, that is a placement level CPC bid. Okay,
Now, keyword level is set a separate max CPC for each keyword. This is very, very tedious, but very, very widely used practice. Okay. More often than not, people who have been working on AdWords for years together hardly use automated bidding, to be very honest. Although people have also seen good results with automated bidding, but more often than not, bidding at a manual level and is what is practiced more. Okay. Ad group level CPCs. Okay, set the same max CPC for all keywords in one ad group. Okay, so you have one ad group with 10 keywords. If you set the CPC at the ad group level, ₹5 at the ad group level, all the keywords within that ad group will have a CPC of ₹25. The same bid applies to placements if you are running your ad on the display network. So if you have an ad group with 10 placements and if you have an ad group bid CPC bid of ₹30, all the placements will have the ₹30 CPC bid. This is the easiest way to manage your CPC. Yes, this is actually the easiest way. So that's why if your account is well structured, tightly themed, and all the keyword groups are within a tightly fit ad group, this is the best way to manage your CPCs. But more often than not, as and when you'll grow in career-wise in terms of your expertise in AdWords, you will know that keyword level CPC bids are the most widely used, practice. Okay, how does one bid strategically? With enhanced campaigns, set bid adjustments to get more control when and where your ad appears. Update your bids as needed to maximize your return on investment. Identify how much your keyword costs in comparison to how much revenue they bring in. Okay, so this is a very strategic way of looking at how one can bid on keywords. Okay. With enhanced campaigns, set bid adjustments to gain more control over when and where your ad appears. Okay, so be it CPA, be it enhanced CPC, choose that very wisely to see when and when your ad appears. Manually update your bids as needed to maximize your return on investment. Okay, identify on a daily basis or on a weekly basis if a keyword has costed you this much on a CPC basis, how much revenue have they bought in for you? Revenue as in how many sales that the keyword has bought in for you. Okay, so that's also something that you have to realize. Okay. Okay, bidding recommendations. Okay, on the search networks, edit your bid to show your ad higher or lower on the search results page. Okay, on the display network, set a minimum bid for all automatic placements. For managed placements, set different bids for different sites. Okay, so on the display network, what happens is when you're setting up a display network campaign, you can choose categories. Let's say I choose sports. So within the Google display network, all the websites that are under sports, I will be eligible to show. Okay, so when you're setting it for automatic placements, wherein you're setting a particular category of websites, sports, shopping or something like that. So as and when websites fall under that particular category, it will show on all those websites. You can just put one bid for all those websites. But when you're managing your placements, as in when you're choosing and picking your own websites where your ad needs to be shown, okay, you choose to rather bid on each website or placement individually or separately. Okay, for more control for both the networks, for more control over your bidding strategy, you can set campaign level bid adjustments in enhanced campaign. So this is eCPC what we spoke about. Okay, you can set it where you're using both the networks, so that on both the networks the decisions are taken basis what works both for each individual network. This is very basic. On the search network, you can bid manually on the keywords. On the display network, you can bid manually on the placements, and on both the networks you can use enhanced mechanisms so that it decides on which network what kind of performance needs to be bought out. Right? Okay, any questions thus far? Okay, dynamic insertion is supposed to be a part of this session. I don't see it being a part, but it will come definitely, Suhas. Just be patient. Okay, it's a very, very important topic. It will definitely come because it's a more advanced topic. Okay, so be sure that it will come. But as of now, please concentrate on what this session is telling you to do and ask questions pertaining to this particular session, right? Okay. So we've come to the third part of this particular module, which is targeting. So we have finished campaign settings. We have also gotten into bidding and strategies. We have also seen quality and ad rank. We are going into another module, that is geographic and other targeting on the campaign level. Okay. I think we have surpassed about 2 hours of time on this particular session today. We will just take a small break. Okay, the previous break I had taken so that I can set up another, connection so that you guys can hear me. We will just take a small break of 5 to 10 minutes, and we'll be back. Okay, and we'll be getting into the targeting module. If you guys have any questions, please keep asking on the chat window, and I'll be glad to answer them. Thank you.
Okay, so we'll quickly get into the next module, that is targeting. We have a lot to finish off today. Okay, if you guys have any questions on what has been covered up till now, please feel free to ask. Please keep typing questions in the chat window, and I will get back to them as and when we stop for questions. Right. So moving on to the targeting. So basically, targeting is narrowing down so as to meet your particular customer base. Okay, be it on certain devices, be it in certain geographical locations, be it across only certain set of keywords, and so on and so forth. Okay, so targeting options are by keywords for search queries. Okay, so the first and foremost is you having a set of keywords, basis what people search for. Okay, so your keywords match the search queries, and this is for pertaining to a certain set of people who are looking for that particular product or service. Okay, by topics and keywords for placements. Okay, so if people are going on certain websites, okay, and those websites are very relevant to your product or service, as in it can be, let's say, if someone is blogging about fashion or shoes or apparel or something, and you find that website to be more relevant to your product, like if you're selling shoes for that matter. Okay, so by topics and keywords for placement. So you are selecting certain websites wherein you find relevance, where your particular audience are more likely to be at. Right? If a person is reading a fashion blog, or if you are mostly into selling sports products, okay, if a person is reading sports related websites, you will be more focused on the audience that are going to those websites. So so one thing is by keywords, the second is by placements. Okay, by audience, you can capture the audience by their interests, by their affinities, by their demographics. Okay, what does demographics stand for? Demographics is male and female, age, gender. Age and gender is demographics. Okay, so I want to target people in the age group of, let's say, 15 to 25, females only. Okay, for the product that I am selling. Okay, so maybe I'm selling just like an eyeliner for ladies, or like, let's say, a brand of lipstick. So I want to target females who are up and above 18 till the age of about 40. Okay, who are primarily females. Okay, so certain things like that. Their interests, I can target their interests. If I can draw audience inferences basis their interests. Like if a person is interested in music, sports, entertainment, I will draw an audience inference saying that he would be interested in my product also. Right? An audience inference, but it's just an inference. It's not an absolute. So be absolutely careful of when you are targeting people by their interests and their affinities and demographics. Okay. The most common one is by location and their language. Okay, you can target people pertaining to certain languages, and you can target basis location also. Okay, you can target basis their device. Okay, what operating system they are using, what model of phone they are using. Is it a desktop, tablet, or a mobile? Right, so these are the different targeting options. Okay, so what is keyword targeting? On the search network, search queries related to your business. Okay, so those are your keywords. We've discussed this in the last class. All your keywords are pertaining to your business, so that's your target audience. You're targeting audiences who are searching for the keywords that are very, very relevant to your business. Right, on the Google Play, okay, by what apps your customers are searching for. Okay, so if you are you are an app that provides food delivery service. Okay, so people might on Google Play search for food delivery service apps, right? So on Google Play rather. Okay, so your food delivery business, food delivery service, get delivered, food delivered to your house. These are certain kinds of keywords that fit in well with the food delivery app. So if you're targeting just the Google Play network, okay, you will find keywords that are relevant where people are searching for particular apps basis keywords and not absolute names of the apps. Right, so on Google Play, that's the way. Okay, on the display network, keywords matching your placement type. Okay, so the placement type would be fashion, and your keywords are shoes or apparels or branded suits or coats, and then there's a fashion website. So your keywords are very relevant to the content on that particular fashion website. That's where the display network targeting comes into the picture, right? So as and when we are speaking about targeting, please be absolutely sure that we are narrowing down so as to reach the right customer base and the target audience. Okay, because if you do not use these settings well, you are destined to reach a very broad and a very big audience that have potentially probably no use to what you're trying to achieve as an end goal. Okay, if and when and if you very strategically use these settings to just reach people in the right place, the right time, in the right way, and things like that, you are using your budget rather more and more effectively. So it's an absolute necessity to use these settings very carefully. Okay, so the display network targeting. Okay, you can, on the display network, you can target by topics. Okay, let's say if you are targeting people by topics, say sports. Okay, so all the sports related websites. So what the Google Display Network, as and when you are making your website a part of the Google Display Network, Google decides what category or what topic your website falls under. Okay, and it puts it under that umbrella. So as and when people target that particular category or topic, your website is also destined to show ads pertaining for that particular advertiser. Okay, so you can see on the right side, you can see the demographics. Okay, parental status, you can see the gender, 51% male, for 9% female, and 40% are unknown. In the age bracket of 18 to 24, there are 30% people. In 25 to 34, there are 14% people, and so these are just insights, and you can choose and select which particular age category you want to target the most. Okay, by categories, you want to target by categories. Example, you want to target the gaming category if this is purely for apps. Okay, if you want to target the app category, or where you're selecting games as being your category. Relevant keywords you can target. Of course, keyword has been the talk for majority of the last session and this. Okay, so you, of course, you can target on so on display network, if you're targeting via a keyword, it ideally becomes a contextual way of targeting. And then you're targeting the audiences. So affinity. Okay, example, sports fans basically. Okay, so affinity segments are basically you can mix and match websites, you can mix and match interests, you can mix and match keywords, and you can all collate them into something called as a very rich affinity segment. Okay, so when you create an affinity segment, you can provide various things. You can provide websites over there, you can provide keywords, you can provide topics, categories, anything and everything that you feel will create a big bucket of very potential audience for your product or your service, right? So that is called as an affinity segment. Okay, in market audiences. Okay, example, sports goods. So in market audiences are people who are already out there in the on the internet looking for certain things, right? So every website has a cookie policy, and all these cookies are tracked to a user behavior, right? So if a person is out there looking for if he's on a particular website, let's say if he's on a particular website, let's say Car Wale or a Zoom Car, it's a good inference to make that he's in the market for looking to find out about cars or buy cars or something like that. Okay, so that's an inference that is drawn, and these are called as very potent in market audiences. Okay, if a person, the example here, if a person is in market to buy sports goods. Okay, so those are in market. So these are very two interesting segments. One is an affinity segment wherein you are creating an audience bucket by yourself, basis the websites, basis keywords, basis topics, categories, and all these come together to create one particular custom audience for you. The second one is in-market audiences, where people basis their behavior on the internet on the kind of stuff they have been consuming. Okay, then inference is drawn wherein you decide that this person might be looking to buy XYZ sort of a product, right? So this is another targeting method that is applied. Interest categories, again, what kind of interests and things. Demographics, again, we've covered that in terms of age, gender, etc. Okay, targeting people who have already visited your site. Okay, so Suhas had asked me about how does one track conversions, right? So also after the click has been generated on one of your ads and a person has landed on your landing page, he becomes a part of something called as a conversion funnel. Okay, so let's say if a person lands on a product page, right? So the product page becomes the upper level of the funnel. Now, after going on the product page, he adds the product to the cart. The cart becomes the second level funnel. Post the cart, he comes on the payment page, which becomes the third level of the funnel. Okay, and then is the thank you page, which becomes after he makes the payment. The last one is the thank you page, which becomes the bottom part of the funnel. Okay, now look at it as a oil filling funnel. Okay, now at every given point where the website where the user interacts with the website, first on the product page, second he adds it to the cart on that page where you are allowed to see your cart, the third is the payment page, the fourth is the thank you page. Okay, on the thank you page you place something called as a conversion code where you track a conversion. On the other three pages a person might drop off without making a conversion, right? He might come to the product page and read about the product and leave. He might add the product to the cart and because of XYZ reasons he might leave. He might come to the payment might not go through, or there might be some error with the payment gateway because of which the payment might not be able to go through, and then he might leave. There are XYZ reasons as to why a person might leave from different instances of a particular page. Okay, so now what AdWords allows us to do is to place remarketing pixels. Okay, please write this down. They allow us to add remarketing pixels to each of these pages. So if a person drops off from the product page, we will target the user again with the same product on the display network, right? So look at this like this. Okay, if a person has searched for JBL Bluetooth speakers, okay, now he got an ad, he clicks on the ad, okay, he comes to the product page, he spends some time on the product page, and then he doesn't make the conversion and he drops off. Okay, now we have the information, we have the cookie information. Now we will target the cookie of that particular user and we will target him this particular product again with probably a 10 or a 20% discount. You might see, you know, if y'all go to Make My Trip or Redbus or any other travel website, and if you book a ticket without actually purchasing the ticket, you might see ads that keep following you, saying that Mumbai to Delhi is this much and things like that. These are nothing but as remarketing ads. Okay, so Google allows you to create these remarketing buckets with users. So people who have dropped off from every particular page on your website, you can target them with a different messaging on the display network via banners. Okay, so this is what is called as remarketing. So this is targeting people who have already visited your site without making a conversion. Okay, also with after having made a conversion you can target them, of course, but it ideally makes sense in scenarios wherein a person hasn't purchased and he has come to your website without taking any action that you would consider good enough for your website, right? So that is what is remarketing. Next is location targeting. Location targeting helps you focus your advertising on the areas where you'll find the right customers and you can increase your return on investment. So you can target an entire country, you can target areas within a country, and like I've been saying in the first two sessions also, you can also geofence a particular location. You can draw a radius around a certain location. If you're a restaurant and if you want to deliver only within the vicinity of the 4 kilometers of your restaurant, it gives you the option to do that. Okay, targeting an entire country or countries. Okay, targeting entire countries also allows you to receive more exposure than you would be targeting individual cities or regions within a country. Example, if you sell jewelry online and ship to all regions of the US and Mexico, you could target both the countries. Okay, how you could benefit: an online retailer that ships worldwide, a business that ships products to all regions in one or more countries. So wherever your logistics allows you to, you know, deliver the particular product, okay, that's the area that you should be ideally targeting. If you're delivering countrywide or worldwide, then you have the option of targeting the entire country or the entire geographic location where you ship your particular products. Okay, who might not benefit? A business that doesn't serve all regions or cities. Here you can target a specific region or a city. This is very self-explanatory and very easy. Okay, targeting areas within a country. Okay, you can focus advertising efforts on certain areas within a country for precise targeting. Example, if you run a health spa in San Francisco, you can target ads to the city of Chicago to attract local customer when they search spa on google.com. Okay, so who could benefit? Small local businesses promoting special offers only in specific locations. So it's very important, like if I am a retail online store, like for example a Vijay Sales, and I'm running campaigns on Google, I can say that within a particular vicinity of Bangalore, around that particular store, I'm running a 30% off. So people who come to the store can avail a 30% benefit. You know, you can just target those ads pertaining to that location around that particular store. Okay, business delivering unique advertising messages to certain areas. For certain areas, you might have different advertising messages. Basis for tier 1, you might want to be a little more extravagant in terms of how you communicate with your customers. With the tier 2, you might want to be a little more simpler because of their way of understanding, because of their savviness of using digital systems and Google, etc. Okay, so these are the ways where you can use different location targeting methods, wherein you can target an entire continent, a country, different cities or regions, or also geofence a particular location. Right? Who might not benefit? Business trying to reach most of the regions in a country with just a few exceptions. Say all of the US except for Alaska. Okay, they might not benefit from something like this. Okay, again, targeting a radius around a particular location. You can identify an area around your business to target rather than specifying individual cities. Okay, example, if your business is a beauty salon in California, you can target your ads to an area within a 10-mile radius around your salon, so only your likeliest customers will see your ad. Set a minimum radius of 10 miles to 20 kilometers for your location target. If the radius is very small, your ad might not sufficiently cover a full city or region. Okay, so that's like, they are saying that it's a good practice to keep it to about 20 kilometers, but the AdWords system also allows for much smaller radiuses. Okay, now exclude ads from a specific geographic location. Okay, location exclusion also allows you to prevent your ad from showing in certain parts of your targeted location, such as region within a country or a city within a state. Okay, so target this state except for this region. Okay, look at it like that. I want to target the whole of Maharashtra but not Vidarbha. Okay, I want to target the whole of Karnataka but not Karnataka, something like that. Businesses that doesn't ship to again or provide services in a city or region within a larger area. Businesses that offer a special promotion that isn't eligible in a few regions of a targeted area. So my particular business for that matter is targeted to Maharashtra, but I'm giving the offers only in certain areas of Maharashtra, not the entire state. So I will exclude the regions that do not have that offer. Right? Exclude one region but include all the others for this particular offer. So it allows you that amount of flexibility in terms of location targeting. Okay, how geographic location is used to match ads to customers. Okay, geographic targeting on a desktop, location of interest, location specific terms. Okay, if a person is searching, look for this in XYZ place. Okay, food around Delhi, food around let's say Pragati Maidan, Delhi. Okay, location of interest. So the keyword carries the particular location, and that's where it looks as to where this particular user might be. Okay, unique country URL. The Google domain where the person is searching for is also a unique identifier. Okay, if a person is searching from google.in, okay, it's a good enough assumption to make that he's searching from India. Right? Physical location is IP address. You can target people specifically by IP addresses, something that I had told the previous time also. If an entire township, nowadays you see townships that have one IP address, right? You can target the entire township with that particular IP address only. Okay, on high-end mobile devices is the same thing. The location of interest, okay, location specific terms have been added. Device location is the Wi-Fi or the GPS that a person is under at that particular point of time. Physical location is again the IP address. right? So this is how the location advertising is determined as to where the person is and how to target that particular person. Language targeting. Okay, customers who use Google products and third-party websites in particular language, okay, can be targeted through this option in your campaign. This targeting option helps you in choosing the language of the website where your ads can be displayed. Okay, so let's say you have particular locations. Okay, let's say I want to target Bengali websites with Bengali ads. I want to target Telugu websites with Telugu ads. It gives you the option of doing that also on the display network, right? Since language targeting settings are set at the campaign level, we recommend you create separate campaigns for each language if you're targeting more than one. Okay, so for Bengali, for Telugu, for Kannada, you can set separate campaigns for different language settings. Any questions, guys? Guys, any questions? I'll keep it open for questions for the next 2-3 minutes. Please ask questions if you have any. Okay, moving ahead, setting up access and existing campaign. Okay, so you can see select campaign settings. We are on campaign settings right now. What locations do you want to target or exclude in your campaign? Okay, edit the location to include entire country, a city, a region. Work with location targeting suggestion. The system will also give you suggestions on what different location you can target. Exclude a location from a city target. Again, this is inclusion of a target city of an entire region, but one city you want to exclude from that. Okay, check the reach for the targeted location. With that particular location, what is the kind of reach in numbers that you're looking at? Okay, set up the language targeting for that particular campaign. Okay, device targeting. What can you target in terms of device? Okay, mobile, you can target the particular operating system, device models, and specific carriers. Okay, so this was just purely targeting in terms of the campaign level. What are the different things you can target in terms of the device, in terms of the location, in terms of keywords, in terms of placements, and in terms of demographics, be it male, female, the age group that they fall under, be it categories, websites, topics, custom affinities, and also in market segments. Guys, I would like each one of you to please ask questions on this particular module. Yes, these modules will be shown practically, Shani, while going forward. Okay, I will make sure that all of you all have logged into your AdWords account before we start the next class, and I will spend a good 15 to 20 minutes to take you all through each one of this individually, right? Sudhir, I haven't received your question till now. Specific carriers, operating systems would be Android, iOS, or Windows. Device models would be a OnePlus or an iPhone. Specific carriers would be a Vodafone or an Airtel or a Jio or something like that. You can target specific these also, right? So these are the ones that are done. Moving on, we have already seen the different extensions and what they're using. We will just take a small deep dive into how one can use extensions and under what circumstances and when can you use them, right? Just giving a little more attention to AdWords extensions. Okay, so we had seen location extensions the last time. Okay, for the nearest ice cream place, you can target for that vicinity, give them a location extension so that they can know where your
particular shop is. So you can see on this ad, ice cream parlor, okay, and it is showing the location. If you click on that, the maps will open directly and will lead you to that ice cream parlor. Okay, app extension. Okay, so if you're searching for something, the app extension will show you that you can download the app, and it will show you that you can download the app for free. You can click on that and download the app. Third one is the call extension, ideally and favorably used on mobile phones. Okay, so wherein businesses require you to call them, where most of the information cannot be passed through the descriptive lines on the ad text. Okay, cycling extensions are the most commonly used, where ads show up in the top positions. Okay, where you are providing the user more options to select from what are the services are within your website. Okay, review extension is something like you are giving them more add-ons, okay, like 30-day returns, store prices, free 2-day shipping. Okay, so this is something that you're giving them. Okay, now there are more consumer ratings. Okay, and you can see the consumer ratings where 9.5, sign up 10 on 10, feeds 9 on 10. So consumer ratings that have been given on the particular websites are showing on that particular. Previous visits also is one particular extension where the ad tells you that you visited example.7.com 7 times, okay, and your last visit was today, right? Dynamic structure snippets, okay, this is something that Suhas had also asked. We will get into absolute details of how dynamic insertion works later. Okay, seller ratings is via Amazon seller stores, okay, wherein all the seller ratings appear on the ads. So these are very important. You can see that there are about 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 types of different extensions, and these are very essential to your fundamentals exams. So please go through these images and pay absolute attention. And as and when you're searching for anything on Google going forward, if any extension that you see, please read in your mind as to what kind of extension it is, right? Okay, these are all automated manual extensions. Okay, they extend the functionality of your ads and enhances the clicks of your ads. On the right side are all automated extensions. Okay, these are automated extensions that appear on your ads anyway. Okay, on the left side are all the manual extensions that you have to add on your own, right? Location extensions, customers physically visiting and help them with the directions. Okay, so this is how you'll use location extension. Cycling extension will be provide shortcuts to useful areas of your website. Okay, examples, pizzas, you give them directly the order page, you give them the offer page or something like that. Okay, call extension is to engage directly in a call. Example, tow truck service, call now. Okay, you wouldn't want to click on the ad, go and read things, and then because you're in a situation where you want a towing truck because your car is broken down, so you want to speak to someone and avail the service right then and there. That's when you will use a call extension. App extension is to take them to the app store and help download the ad. If someone is searching for Amazon.com on a desktop, on a mobile, you would rather give them an app extension where you can tell them please download the app, where in cases you do not have to come on Google anymore, you can directly go to the app from within your phone, right? Review extension, give your business a sense of reliability and approval. Okay, so all the reviews that are there on your website and all the ratings can come on your ads, so that you're giving the end customer more reason to believe in your product or your service. Eligibility is also part of extensions. Okay, ad rank, minimum ad rank will be required to display extensions. Like we were discussing, ad extensions, cycling extensions will only appear in the top 3, mostly in the top ranked ad, even the second in some cases, but on the bottom ranked ads, your cycling extensions most often will not show. Okay, so ads that are on top position with a good ad rank, that's when the app extensions show. So even if you have extensions added to your ads, be sure that they will not show each and every time. Only when your ads are showing in the top position, that's when your extensions will show. Okay, ad position on search results page, typical max at the top and decreased as we come down. That's what we were discussing. The extensions you will see decreasing as and when you come down to the bottom of the search engine results page. Other extensions that you have enabled, Google will show the highest performing combination of extensions. So if you have 2, 3 extensions enabled on one particular ad, the algorithm will automatically show the extension that has worked most for you in terms of performance. Okay. Any questions? I think the extensions bit and the targeting bit was way too simple. If you guys have any questions, please ask. Now is a good time to ask me those questions. Okay. One sec. Okay. How does Google know about the OS? So Asta is asking. So when you're searching from a particular device, there is something called as a device ID. Okay, which is a device ID. That's what gets when you're on the Google search in the result page. The device ID is what gets recorded. So pertaining from certain device IDs, you know that this device belongs to a particular OS or a particular brand or a make. Okay, that's how you know via the device ID. Each device is targeted. So each desktop has some is something called as a cookie for each desktop. In the same way, mobiles have something called as a device ID. Okay, so that's how it knows about the OS because of the device ID that is there on the particular phone. Okay. So how to target Windows operating system and Mac separately? You will need 2 separate campaigns for that, Sudhir, where you want to target just Windows operating systems on one, because both targeting on one will not work because Mac does not support Windows, obviously, right? How to move keywords to thank you page so to know which keyword is converting? No, it doesn't work like that, Sudhir. Keywords are just to get the person to the landing page. Post that, whatever action he takes should lead to the thank you page is what the funnel usually is. Okay, how to move keyword to the thank you page so to know which keyword? No, 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 no. Every time a particular keyword gets triggered. So let's say if a person is searching for buy shoes online, and if you have a buy shoes online keyword as an exact term, as an exact match type in your account, and the person goes on to convert, okay, and on the thank you page, the AdWords pixel gets, the conversion tag gets fired, the conversion will be attributed to that keyword in your system, right? So you do not have to move keyword to the thank you page to know which keyword is converting. The conversions are attributed only to keywords on your AdWords interface which led to the conversion. Okay, so if a particular person is searching for a particular search query and a particular keyword gets triggered from your account, the ad is shown, the person converts, and the conversion will be attributed to that keyword in your AdWords account. That's how it works. Okay, Ishani asked, can you explain cycling extension? I think she got it. Okay. We can use one campaign if device ID is there. Elaborate why different. I'm not quite getting your question, Asta. If you can rephrase your question, that would be great. Sudhir, was I, you said? Yes, Asta, when you're targeting on a separate operating system, okay, so yes, you can target both, but your reach will increase. If you want people to have only targeted to Windows operating systems and MacBooks, you're increasing your reach to people who have Windows operating system also and also who have Mac, but they do not go hand in hand, right? So it doesn't mean that you need to have separate campaigns. I stand corrected. Okay, you can have these targeting. So these are just targeting methods to reach your audience. Okay, so if you're targeting, let's say this is just to make audience inferences. Okay, the targeting what you use at your campaign is just to make audience inferences, wherein if you're targeting a person with just
iOS operating system, okay, just the iOS operating system, you know that those particular people might be a little high end, okay, might be having making X amount of money on a certain certain month or some things like that. You are drawing inferences of that audiences, so that right, we can track keyword conversion in App Store search ads. But I don't found a way to move keyword to thank you. No, okay, Sudhir, I think I have explained this. App Store search ads. Okay, you do not move the keyword to the thank you page in Google AdWords. That's not how it works. Okay, you have a particular keyword in your account. That keyword triggered an ad. Okay, let's say if I have a keyword buy sports shoes. Okay, buy sports shoes in a phrase match, and someone searched for on Google buy sports shoes for men. Now my phrase match keyword has been triggered. My ad has been shown. The person who was searching for it has clicked on the ad. He has gone to my website and he's bought the shoes. Now the conversion that has happened on the AdWords interface, on beside my phrase match keyword that buy sports shoes, it will show one conversion. That's how it works. It doesn't mean that you move keywords to the thank you page. Okay, it's just that all your conversions that are happening are being attributed to your keywords, and that's how you gauge the keywords performance, and that's how you optimize your keywords, right? Was I able to answer your question, Sudhir? Okay. Anyway, guys, please keep typing your questions. Okay. Sudhir, you do one thing. You just made. I have already implemented conversion tracking. Okay. Okay. So you have implemented conversion tracking. So now what's the issue? Okay. Okay. Sudhir, you do this one thing. Post this session. You just call me on my mobile phone. You call me on my mobile phone, post this session, and let's discuss as to what exactly you're looking at to achieving. Okay, cool. Okay, next is AdWords policies and approvals. Okay, so all your creatives, I mean the ad copies, the display banners, and even your keywords for that matter, need to go through an approval policy before it stands. Sudhir, I will provide my phone number. I have already provided my phone number at the end of every session. I will do that today too, so that you guys can call me as and when you can. Okay. So getting it right. Okay. Policies. So few things that affects the policies are the user experience. Okay. Advertisers should be able to provide a positive experience to the users. Advertising should be safe for all users. Your website shouldn't have any malware or any virus that would affect a user system. Okay, the ad should be accurate in nature. You cannot talk about shoes and then sell something else on your website just to. This is called as clickbaiting. Okay, wherein you are conning the user into clicking on the ad, but taking them to a website that says something else because you want to get traffic on your website and gain attention on your website. That's when your ad stands disapproved. Okay, these are called inaccuracy of ads. So your ad should be absolutely accurate. Okay, transparency and privacy. Advertisers shouldn't violate users' trust of privacy. If you're taking certain information from a particular user in terms of his name or his location and things like that, you should have you should provide absolute privacy to that user to be not that your information would not be shared. Okay, advertisers should comply with laws and regulations. These are Google laws and regulations that they should compile with as and when they start their campaign on AdWords. Okay, advertiser should be compatible with Google's branding decisions. Okay, there are certain branding guidelines that Google decides on, and they should be within that particular boundary, right? So in cases of any of these being violated, okay, your ad gets disapproved, else your domain gets suspended from being advertised on Google AdWords, or your account itself faces suspension, your AdWords account, wherein you cannot use your AdWords account anymore, or your domain gets suspended, or your ad gets disapproved. Ad disapproval is the most basic, okay, wherein it might get disapproved for certain wherein your headline is overshooting the character limit or something like that. But domain suspension and account suspension are more serious matters, wherein you need to positively get in touch with Google and realize why this has happened. Prohibited content because of counterfeit goods are prohibited, dangerous products or services are prohibited from being advertised, products or services that enable dishonest behavior have been prohibited, offensive or inappropriate content like adult movies and things like that have been prohibited from being advertised. Prohibited practices, abuse of the ad network, okay, be it fraud, be it clickbait. What is clickbait? Wherein you are telling a user to click on your ad because you're offering them, let's say you say 20% discount, okay, buy now, okay, but on your product page you do not talk about that discount anymore, right? That's when you're getting the click basis your ad, but you're not providing the discount on the landing page, okay. In that case you're abusing the ad network and you're abusing the user's trust also, okay. That's when these are prohibited practices, and if Google realizes all this, it stands your domain might stand suspended, or also your account might stand suspended, right? Irresponsible data collection and use. If you're using a person's if you're collecting a user's cookie data via the AdWords remarketing pixels and you're providing it to other aggregators so as to you're selling those cookie data to someone else from your AdWords account, that is also prohibited. Misrepresentation of self, product or service. Okay, if you call yourself the number one in the business, okay, which are misinterpretations. If you're if you are just a news and if you talk about your business having crossed X amount of revenue in the last, okay, you're putting the you're putting the particular customer in the dark about what your business is and things like that. If you talk lies on your website about where your business stands at any point of time, that's when it is also considered as a prohibited practice. Restrictions to be allowed only on a limited or a regular basis. Okay, adult oriented content are only allowed or on a restricted basis. Alcoholic beverages are restricted. Okay, copyrighted content are also restricted. Okay, you cannot use a Nike landing page to run your own website, to run your own campaign, right? Of course they would love it, but why would you do it, right? So this is copyright infringement. Okay, gambling related content, like I said, are restricted. Adult oriented content are restricted. Alcohol is restricted. Healthcare, again, I have been talking about these three only. Healthcare, gambling, alcohol, beverages are absolutely restricted. There are two more that have been added from the time that I have been looking at AdWords. Is copyright restricted, and adult oriented stuff is also restricted from being advertised, and political content is also restricted from being advertised. Okay, so these are the restricted content on the AdWords search network. Editorial don'ts. Display URL that does not relate to the landing page URL. So display URL says abc.com/something something something, but your landing page URL is something else altogether. Okay, then there is a healthy mismatch and your ad stands disapproved in that regard. Ads that are too generic, such as stuff for sale. Okay, you want to be very specific as to these are editorial don'ts. These are not disapprovals per se. These are just health practices. These are healthy practices of how and how one should write a particular ad copy. Stuff for sale, you're not giving any insight as to what specific stuff is for sale. Is it a shoe? Is it a camera? Is it a TV? You're just saying stuff for sale. That doesn't make absolutely any sense. So these are just editorial guidelines as to how this won't work. Okay, because people would not buy stuff for sale, right? People will look for specific things when they search on Google. Okay, unclear and gimmicky use of symbols such as deal. Okay, you cannot have get it for free now. The word free is also editorial guideline banned. Okay, you cannot say click now, click here now, and things like that that are asking for a click. These are also editorial guidelines that have been restricted from being used in your ad copy. Okay, if the landing pages do not work or are not fully complete, this is also a very bad experience for the end user. So these are also this is also an editorial don't. Sites that have edited code to disable the browser's back button. So you cannot come back. If you come on the website, the site can be developed to disable the browser's back button. So this is also an unhealthy practice because you want the user to be on the page and you so that you can count it as a visit. Okay, this is also not allowed. Sites that cannot be displayed in common browsers. Okay, so if you need to nowadays you cannot have a desktop website load on a mobile. You need to have a mobile specific website to load on a mobile, right? So you need to invest in mobile specific websites, tablet specific websites, so that sites that cannot be displayed in common browsers, like on a Google browser, Chrome browser, on this, if your desktop website is loading, of course it's a bad user experience wherein the user has to keep scrolling left, right, top, bottom to get to particular things what he's searching for. So you need to have a mobile specific website for a particular device, right? Okay, these are the ad statuses that are there under the user's control: ended, deleted, paused, or pending. Okay, related to ads approval or disapproval. Under review, which means your ad is under review by the Google folks. Eligible, which means your ad is eligible to run. Approved means your ad is approved to run. Okay, approved adult is something that is limitedly allowed, adult content. Okay, again, approved limited is again very similar to adulthood, where it is limited, its auction is limited because of certain kind of factors that the ad provides. Okay. Disapproved and site suspended, like I said, is your ad is disapproved for violating certain Google policies, and your site is suspended also for violating certain policies. Okay, these are the campaign status. Eligible, which means your campaign is eligible to run. Paused, which means you paused the campaign. Deleted means which you deleted the campaign. Limited by budget is what we've discussed, because of your daily budget being reached and you not being able to show your ads on certain hours of the day, you're limiting your campaign by budget. Pending means your campaign is yet to start because you've it's still under approval, one thing, and it's yet to start. Suspended again is suspended because of certain policy violations, and ended is the end date of the campaign has been done. If you've told the campaign to run from 1st to 10th November and today being 13 November, your campaign has already ended. That's when it will show that particular the notification and status. Okay. Okay. If how to deal with disapprovals? If an ad has been disapproved, Google is good enough to tell us why the ad gets disapproved. Okay. So make relevant changes to the ad. Okay. Ensure it complies with the advertising policies of Google and resubmit the ad again to Google for a review. Okay. This is just how a simple way to deal with disapprovals. Okay. If your pause ad shows as disapproved status, when you unpause it, fix it and resubmit the ad. Resubmitting is in the same way of your resubmitting this ad. Okay. Creating your ads offline using AdWords. Okay, AdWords editor, don't pay attention to this right now. It's another tool. Okay, we will get into that tool. It's an offline AdWords mirror tool. Okay, just to upload. Create ads for new web pages and pause them till the web pages go live. Okay, so this is very pertaining to AdWords editor, so don't pay attention to this now. Okay, just a simple case study. Okay, a healthcare clinic which combines both Western and Eastern methodology for preventing healthcare as well as treatment. Challenge: with the rise in many boutique healthcare companies, some of them being heavily funded, the traffic is being eaten away and there has been a constant drop in inquiries in the last 2 quarters. Approach: looking at impression search queries and other similar reports to assess if there is any market factors which can be addressed through the ads. Okay,
Introduced ad extensions like location, cycling, book an appointment in different campaigns. These are cycling extensions. Okay, review extensions were introduced carefully of people who have reviewed. Okay, so just so as to include positive reviews, right? Specific ads were targeted for mobile with call extensions, right? So these are everything that we have understood and learned in this session and in the previous session also, of how you can use extensions very effectively for your campaigns. CTR shot up from less than 0.8% to more than 2.5% without any substantial increase in budget, even though impression share remained almost the same. Your impression share remains the same, but use of various extensions so as to reach potential customers, okay, was the strategy that effectively provided a win factor for this particular campaign. Call extensions contributed to more than 20% of the appointments being made from mobile. Overall, new patient acquisition during the 5 months of this new initiative jumped by almost 80%, because this is purely because of the book an appointment extension, the location extension for people to come to the particular healthcare store or treatment center, and also the call extensions that were used, right? Guys, so there is this one assignment, okay, that you guys have to do, okay, and we will be checking assignments going forward from here on. So please make sure you all complete your assignments, okay. This deck will be shared with you, so please go through this assignment as to what's required, and please complete the assignment, which will be checked going forward. And before the fundamental exams have to be written, all the assignments will be checked and validated. So please complete your assignments periodically going forward, right? Okay, so coming back to this, okay, so many people are asking for my phone number, so I'm just going to type it down here, okay, so that you guys can call me as and when. But on weekdays, like I said, call me only after 7 o'clock because I'm in office. Okay, on weekends you can call me as and when you guys can. Okay, just hold on. Okay, that's my number. Okay, so this is, again, check, we'll just a small test to see the kind of understanding you guys have had today. Okay, which of the following bidding option is available for display network campaign only? Only for the display network campaigns, what is the kind of bidding option that is available only for the display network campaign? Can you guys answer that? Okay, someone says CPM, and it's absolutely correct. It is CPM. Okay, let's see if it's correct. Okay, I think the answer is cost per acquisition. This is for display network only. Okay, so which means that on a search network you can still target cost per, you can still bid on cost per 1,000 impressions, right? But cost per acquisition is something that you will get only on the display network and not the search network. This is what the question is. Even I kind of got it wrong. Okay, which of the following bidding option is available for display network campaign only? Cost per 1,000 impressions is also available for the search network, to be bid on the search network. Okay, but cost per acquisition is only available for the display network. Okay. A well-structured account consists of a single campaign for all your product line, general themes, or types of device services offered. True or false? False. Correct. A well-structured account has multiple campaigns under different themes and objectives. Okay, that's correct. The dash establishes a charging limit for an individual campaign, so it should be an amount you would be comfortable spending per day. What would be the answer here? Okay, the answer is budget.
Okay, budget determines what is the daily limit of the campaign that you would be willing to spend, right? In which of the following ad rotation option the ad group receives fewer clicks and likely receives more conversion, which can result in an improved return on investment? So this was the ad rotation. We saw 4 ad rotation methods. So which one do you think will fit best here? Optimized for convergence. Correct. In this option, will be optimized for improved return on investment as it tracks convergence. Okay. Ajay runs a homemade food delivery business in Bangalore. Due to delivery limitation, he caters to customer only within 5 kilometers radius. Which type of location targeting should Ajay use? Radius around the location, areas within a country. Okay. I think it's pretty straightforward. Radius. This is more aligned to his business goals as he needs and he did not go beyond this radius and he does not need to exclude any location. Okay. So this is something that, okay. So it seems that we are just coming towards the summary of the 4th session. Key points that we discussed are, quality, rank and relevance of ads. We spoke about setting up the bids and the budget types. Okay. We spoke about different ways you can target your ads in terms of location, device, keyword targeting and things like that. Okay. We also spoke about extensions again. We saw a case study that mainly focused on extensions. Okay. And policies and disapprovals that you need to keep in mind in terms of why an ad gets disapproved and what are the restricted particular categories, right? So that will be it for today's session. Guys, I would like you to ask questions, but please mail me the questions, or some of you guys wanted to call me. So please call me post this session and ask those questions and I'll be glad to answer them. I'm just typing in my email ID again. Okay, please feel free, and once you have emailed me, please drop me a note on WhatsApp stating that you mailed me so that I will get the chance to check it. Otherwise, if your question is simple and won't take more time, I would rather like you guys to call me. It's okay. I would be glad to speak to you guys. Okay, please call me on the provided number. I'll type it down again. Right, that will be my number. Right. So please feel free and ask as and when you guys can. On weekdays, please keep it post 7 because of course I'm in office and I'm working. Okay. Anyway, so that'll be it from me today. Right. Thank you guys for attending. Okay. We'll catch up on next Sunday. Post that will be your first fundamentals exam. So please make time to go through the slides and go through the session as and when you guys can. And if you go through the recording that has been provided to you, feel free to ask questions also as and when you can. Right. So that'll be it from me today. Thanks a lot, guys. I'll catch you guys next Sunday. Right. Thanks a lot.